Welcome to Mind the Snap, your go-to NFL podcast where we break down the biggest plays, the hottest headlines, and everything in between. It's Thanksgiving week, which means turkey, family, and of course, football. From classic holiday rivalries to playoff races heating up, the NFL is serving up a feast of storylines.
We'll dive into the Cowboys' dramatic comeback, Baker Mayfield's injury shake-up, Dak Prescott's record-breaking milestone, and the battles that will define Week 13. So grab yourself a plate, settle in, and then snap into the action. This is Mind the Snap.
Welcome back, Snappers. Let's have a look at the top 5 headlines in the NFL this week. Let's start with headline 1. The Raiders fire Kelly. Man, did you see the Raiders? They finally fired Chip Kelly. That offense was brutal. They ran 74 plays against the Browns and they still only managed 10 points. Geno Smith looked lost, and Shedeur Sanders in his first NFL start totally outplayed him. How embarrassing.
It was long overdue. It was brought in for creativity, but it's just been chaos. When Sanders threw that 66-yard bomb to Dylan Sampson, and then Myles Garrett wrecked everything. I think the Raiders fans are fed up. They're 2-9 now. And it's a long time coming, I think, with they need that full reset. They've got, even in the core aspect, when you've got John Tate running back and Cosby, who signed a life contract for
They've
them.
Got players there, haven't they?
Then you got, to me, like I said, one of the best tight ends in the league, Bob Bowers. So, someone coming in who knows what they're doing should be able to. And with the rumours that the Browns are looking at QB for their first pick, I'd be knocking on Colonel Sanders' door to see if make a little bit of interest.
He looked good at the weekend. I know it was the Raiders, but he did look sharp.
He looked sharp. He still looked a bit lost, but he'll get there. It just needs time. I don't think he's fully ready. He's not a Jackson Dart type of player, is he? It's more like in the Caleb Williams and the Drake Mays and the second year is going to be a strong one.
Good game to come into, though.
Yeah, definitely for a bit of confidence, especially after the week before. Yeah. And speaking of some more chaos, Baker Mayfield's shoulder injury against the Rams is huge. He left the game in a sling, and Bridgewater had to finish the game. The Bucs got crushed 34-7. Stafford and Devontae Adams were unstoppable, and Kobe Durant's pick 6 sealed it early.
Yeah, Tampa have now lost 3 straight now, and if Mayfield is out for long term, their playoff hopes are going to be in trouble, aren't they? Bridgewater looks steady, but he doesn't have that spark that Bacon Shake does. Meanwhile, the Rams, though, they look one of the best teams in the NFL at the minute. 9-2.
They were cruising.
Yeah, that was an easy game for them. And that Stafford to Adams link-up at the moment is lethal.
Papa Stafford is going to be one to watch. And he seems to be getting better.
I think so. I actually think they're controlling games a lot more now. Like they are. The Seahawks one's a bit closer the week before, but the win against the Bucs here is a good statement win for them, I reckon.
Massive, yeah.
Talking about a big win, go Cowboys!
Yeah!
Dak Prescott, past Tony Romo, become the Cowboys' all-time leading passer, and man, did he do that in style. Led the Cowboys back from 21-0 against Philly. That walk-off field goal, well, that was insane.
I think his legacy's secure now. He's been criticised for years, sometimes unfairly, because he's had some injury problems, hasn't he?
He has.
Yeah, but that comeback was vintage. CeeDee Lamb was up there. He was clutch, and the defence they tightened up late on because the Eagles tried to apply some late pressure. But that win keeps Dallas alive in that NFC East race.
That's been a good little run for the Cowboys now. I think playing the Raiders and then obviously their win now against Philly, good little run for them. When we watched them this game, first game of the season, wasn't it? Actually, that we saw this one. We thought the Cowboys looked like they did have potential. They even losing Micah Parsons, so good win for them.
I think they're not getting back for that, aren't they? They're kind of taking a wobble, but they've got some good picks coming up, haven't they? So
100%.
Yeah. Talk about legacies and records. TJ Watt passing his brother JJ on the all-time sack list. strip sacked Caleb Williams in the Steelers' bare games, even though Pittsburgh lost. That is a big milestone. He's carving out his own Hall of Fame path.
He really is, man, and he is a machine, isn't he? He was absolutely relentless. I mean, it's wild to see him to pass JJ now, who is a legend in Houston, and the Steelers' defense is elite. But the problem with the Steelers, without Rodgers, the offense just couldn't keep up with the Bears this week. So I'm not looking forward to Rodgers coming back, and we know how good that Steelers D is. So
yeah, exactly.
Well done. Yeah. What though? You are a machine.
Oh.
Yeah. And carrying on with some woes though, and the last one. Poor T. Higgins went down with a concussion. I mean, that's brutal for the Bengals now. I mean, they're already struggling, and then losing their WR2 makes life even harder for the Bengals. Poor Jamar Chase, he can't do it all, bless him.
Exactly. The offense has been so inconsistent too, and our Bengals have got fewer weapons. And Higgins is a free agent after this season too, so this injury could affect his future. The Bengals could be in trouble.
I think so. Well, stay with us, Snappers. We'll have a look at Week 12's games and see how we got on with our predictions last week.
So again, Week 12 did not disappoint. I don't think any week's going to disappoint now. It's only going to get better, I think, as we head into the playoffs. It has been crazy. It's been a massive welcome to the NFL for a lot of our new fans and new listeners. So moving on to our games from last week. The Colts versus the Chiefs. So an OT win from the Chiefs with House and Butker's fifth field goal of the game, keeping their playoff hopes alive, but 23-20 win.
It was a good game actually, wasn't it? And when you looked at it, I mean, the Chiefs did start off really slowly. They struggled early, were settling for field goals, and they were trailing by 11 points in the second half. But Kareem Hunt definitely stepped up. He had a good impact. He rushed for 104 yards and scored the Chiefs' only touchdown, sparking some momentum. Paddy Mahomes was on fire this week. He threw a season high of 350 plus yards, including that clutch overtime completion to Isaiah Worthy. I mean, that set up that winning kick.
Yeah, but then they had two touchdowns ruled out, didn't they?
They did, yeah.
Kelsey was fuming because he had a great touchdown and then pulled back for holding.
It was a good game, though. I must admit, the Colts, I think, almost threw it away a little bit. That's what I sort of thought from watching it. Like, they were caught out 3 times near the end there in the fourth quarter, or to the second half, to at least let the Chiefs back into it. And I, being honest, I don't think you could see it going any other way in the second half. The Chiefs looked like they were going to win it. No,
so Daniel Jones, I think he ran out of options, didn't he? With that Chiefs defense. They were so consistent and so strong. Yeah, and for that, it keeps them in the playoff race. They're currently just outside the contention, but their resilience shows. But could it be that an over-reliance of field goals?
Like the Chiefs last year, and I think this is where you feel from a little bit. Last year, they were winning those one-score games.
Yeah.
And this year, unfortunately, even though they've probably played just as well or better than the teams they've lost to this year, they've been losing those one-score games today. So it did show at least that they are playing well. Just the luck's been a bit against them this year.
Exactly. Yeah, I still think they're going to make it. It's for me, they're still the dark horses.
I think so, and you wouldn't want to play it because Paddy Mahomes on his own is like, it almost felt like it was a bit of a playoff because they knew it was a must-win game for them.
Yeah.
So slipping up to the Colts would have been a bit of a big blow to their playoff hopes. It was a good win for the Chiefs.
People talk about his sack rate and his completion rates, but it's the other moments that they miss. If you base it purely on stats, then he doesn't look like one of the elites. But if anybody watched the game, yeah.
He was elite this week. He was definitely elite this week.
Exactly. I watched a program with an interview with Tom Brady building his perfect quarterback. And he said that the decision after the snap, he said it's one of the greatest of all time is Mahomes.
I think so. I thought he was sloppy in the first half a little bit, like he was trying to force it a bit in the first half, but second half he was insane the second half, I thought. He definitely drove him through.
Exactly. Let's see, who are we up next then?
We've got the Packers versus the Vikings. Good win for the Packers, winning 23-6 at the Lambeau. Backup running back, though, Emmanuel Wilson, he stole the show this week for him with 107 rushing yards, 2 tutties for the boy. Beers on this man this week.
Yeah.
While the Packers defence suffocated McCarthy a bit, but when you've got people like Parsons in your team, no wonder he got sacked 5 times, and they intercepted him twice. Not a good day for McCarthy again.
Well, when he threw one out, just threw it out.
Yeah.
It was about 10 foot over Wilson's head.
He's having a bad run, McCarthy, at the minute, isn't he?
Yeah, he just needs to settle, doesn't he? Yeah. But good breakout for Emmanuel Wilson. It's not bad coming in for someone like Josh Jacobs, is it? And 28 carries. But their defensive domination. 145 yards total. And then -1 yard of offense in the second half.
Wow.
Yeah. About Devontae Wyatt's sack of McCarthy inside the 5-yard line in that fourth quarter. Just forced him to punt from the end zone. And that's where they set a short field goal for Packers. It's and then turnovers. They need to do something now. The Vikings they need to.
There's no show on that O-line at the minute, is there?
Not at all. It's and they're getting players back, and they're just not.
They're struggling, aren't they, this year? I mean, good news for the Packers, though. It does snap a 2-game home losing streak. They've proved their depth at running back, especially with Wilson coming in, so that's good news for them. And their defence, we know how good their defence is already. If you've got someone like Micah Parsons in there, he's going to take you to the playoffs on his own, potentially. So, whereas the Vikings, though, bless them, there's going to be questions again on JJ McCarthy's readiness and that team's overall direction. And now in the NFC North, I mean, good news for you, I guess, bud, but they are struggling.
I think they're out of the picture. I think that's a and we got to play them as well. So that's but they're just balanced, aren't they? They're not flamboyant and flair team attacking, but it's that suffocating defense. And it's always a good statement win, isn't it, against your divisional rivals?
Exactly.
Yeah. Yeah, talk of divisional rivals there. The Mighty Bears edged out the Steelers 31-28 at Soldier Field, with QB Caleb Williams throwing 3 touchdown passes and adding a rushing score. That win keeps us top of the NFC North, and that's Pittsburgh slipped in that's a slip up in the AFC playoff race. As I mentioned earlier in the pod, that struggle without Aaron Rodgers is key.
100%, mate, and that's probably key for the Steelers this week. Rodgers missed a game with that wrist injury, leaving Mason Rudolph to start. But as you mentioned, Williams again was insane, weren't he? Another 335 yards, 4 tutties in total, as you mentioned, 3 passing and a rushing one. He was pivotal in this game, especially that one when he struck at the DJ Moore in the third quarter. And then, how efficient were the Bears, though? Like stats are saying, they converted 4 out of 5 trips in the red zone into touchdowns. That is a difference maker. You have got to be buzzing late.
Exactly. It is crazy how much difference a year makes. New coach coming in, new ideas. But look at what he did for the Lions there.
He's good, Ben Johnson. He's really good.
And he's got a quarterback there who's willing to try things. Because a lot of people talk about his completion rate, but he's been asked to try things that other quarterbacks aren't asked to do. Playing plays, trick play. They've got to have at least 27 trick plays in every quarter, haven't they? It seems.
Yeah. I heard a good stat about the Bears this week. Apparently they were out with key starting linebackers. Like the defence was pretty much
shambles
to piece this week through injury. And they've still pulled it out of the bag and beat it, to your point, a division rival. The Bears get it done, don't they, now? Like, they're finding ways to win. And to be, they 8-3 now? That is a good season.
I think it's Dunze has made a huge difference. It's just picked up there. And that Colton Loveland, he's chipping in with the odd touchdown now. He's looking less a rookie now.
He is. Yeah. I mean, he's starting to come good, isn't he? He's looking good the last few weeks.
Yeah, it's when he came in early in the season, everyone was like, "Is that right? you look at it, Cole Kmet, who was the starting tight end, but he's been, and Loveland's been the main man for a while. Yeah. I think it's a fourth straight, and keeps them in control of that North. It's big games though. It's like the next few games. Eagles this week and some of the big games coming up. But you've got to win the games that are winnable. Then we'll see. And we've said before, maybe 9 wins to 10 wins can get you in the playoffs.
If the Bears made the playoffs this year, I think if you'd have asked any Bears fan at the beginning of the year, I'll ask you directly, if you'd have took the playoffs this year, you'd have gone, yes, please. We'll go to the playoffs. Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, we got the Browns coming up.
Oh, that's a good one. It's a good game.
But the Browns, yeah. And we finished against the Lions, but that's could be done. It could be done then. Yeah. It's just we got to play the Packers twice, play the Eagles, the 49ers, and the Bears.
Wow.
So the last
big games.
The last 5 games are tough, but that 9th win could be the Browns.
2 wins, and I think that the Bears are there. The Bears will be in the playoffs with 2 more wins.
Exactly. I don't fancy the trip to Lambeau, but it's got to be done. And then hopefully the 49ers game comes too late for the 49ers. And it's a dead rubber game for them. I think it's just a divisional championship fight before the Lions game.
One team who's got to be kicking themselves got to be the Steelers now, aren't they? They're 6-5 now, and they were probably looking at with the Ravens, now tied with the Ravens in the AFC North, thinking, hang on, Ravens, you're 1-5, we're cruising this division, and all of a sudden, hello, we're all tied at 6-5 again. And then Steelers, you're coming to Buffalo this week, or not coming to Buffalo, we're coming to you. So must-win game in the AFC. So
obviously, when your team gets stronger, isn't it? When the Bills get stronger, as the weather starts dropping.
Yeah, this is must-win. But Caleb Williams was good again, as we mentioned. He outdueled Randolph Reed in a battle of division leaders, delivering clutch performance. He keeps the Bears going, and that's a good playoff push now. The Steelers. Hopefully Rodgers doesn't come back too soon. But go Bears. This is a good win for the Bears.
Yeah. Talking of good wins, a much needed one for the Browns, wasn't it?
Mate, Raider Ross, he will not be happy. The old Cleveland Browns defeated the Raiders 24-10 in Week 12. As you mentioned earlier on, Lee, Shedeur Sanders in his first NFL start was dominant. And then who wants to come against Myles Garrett? Not me.
Exactly, but it's Garrett, isn't it? He's coming on pace for that NFL single season record. He's got 18 sacks so far, and can he catch Michael Strahan's and TJ Watt's record of 22.5 sacks?
I reckon so.
Yeah, exactly. It's to do. I think just to beat it, I think he's got 1 sack. You got to do 1 sack a game now. I don't think he's not had a game without a sack. So
I can't imagine so. If not, probably more than 1 on most games.
Exactly, but you can't just put it all on that Browns defense. Whilst they were good, how poor was the Raiders offense? Geno Smith, he struggled.
He is struggling now, and it's almost like the Raiders have just gone. It's over now. We'll give it a go. But it's not happening, is it?
It's not happening for them. Just averaging 3.5 yards a play.
Ooh.
Yeah. They scored 10 points. Was it 10 points? Yeah.
Yeah.
74 offensive plays. But some good points out there. It's, as I say, Garrett dominant. Shedeur steady. It wasn't a spectacular one. Give him a bit of confidence there. Yeah, so I think that will be, and they finally got their on the road win.
That's what they needed, really, weren't it? I mean, it's a good win to your point. The Browns get the on the road win. Sanders has got his first start. Ends a losing streak as well.
Yep.
It builds probably a bit of confidence for Sanders coming into his next game. I don't know who the Browns have got next, actually. I think it was top of my head, but not looking good for the Raiders. Another loss. They've got some issues in in Vegas at the moment. The offense lacked rhythm, and the team continues to slide bottom of the AFC West. Season over for the Raiders.
It is, yeah. It's I think it's good that they all live in Vegas. They can now just watch the Grand Prix at the weekend, and that starts their parties off for the year. Thanksgiving party over there. But now, Browns have got 49ers this week.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so that's a big game for them. Yeah. But now, it's just overwhelmed, aren't they, the Raiders? Yeah. Talking to a person who was someone who wasn't overwhelmed. Trevor Lawrence is helped them defeat the Cardinals 27-17. He was very efficient, a strong defensive showing, and that snaps their 2-game losing streak.
I mean, he was back on form this week, weren't he? 22 out of 31 passes, 268 yards, including 2 TDs. And that 40-yard strike to Christian Kirk again. But they got some weapons, haven't they, the Jags? We've got people like Travis Etienne. He adds balance to that team. 94 rushing yards and a tutty for him as well. Whereas the Cardinals, bless them, Kyler Murray struggled under the pressure, throwing 2 interceptions. One that was actually returned for a touchdown. Defensive of the Jags was good again. They forced 3 turnovers, including that 4th quarter pick that sealed the win. But Cardinals do have a bit of a highlight. I mean, Marvin Harrison Jr. caught a 25-yard tutty for himself. He showed flashes of brilliance despite the loss, but I think the Jags will be happy to get back to winning ways.
Yeah, I think that could put them in that playoff picture. 6-5. Show some good resilience after a rough stretch, with Lawrence looking sharp, as we said, and the defense restricting the Cardinals. But for them, another one here, isn't it? Another team, count at 3-8. Their playoff hopes. I don't think they're fading. I think they've faded.
They're faded.
It's just too much inconsistency for Murray. So many turnovers. Look, as you said, little bright spark. It's always good for a team when the rookie comes up with some goods. That shows that the scouting teams worked well, the decisions they made worked well. And for the future, yeah.
I mean, good for the Jags, isn't it? As you mentioned, Lee, the balanced offense, their opportunist defense carried them past the Cardinals, keeping the Jags' preseason hopes alive, but hopefully not too far. The Cardinals showed flashes, as you mentioned again, but they were just undone, weren't they, by turnovers, missed opportunities. So as you say, Lee, season over, I think, for the Cardinals. The Jags hanging in there. So fair play, Jags.
Yeah, but then on to the game of the week. The Rams crushing the Bucks 34-7. They just dominated start to finish. Papa Stafford throwing 3 touchdown passes, defense adding a pick 6, and all shake and bake. Feels sorry for him. He's had a good season, but we don't know how bad that shoulder injury is going to be.
It's a worry for the Bucks, that, isn't it? I mean, the Rams. I've got a lot of love for the Rams. I don't know if I said that before. They were cruising, weren't they? They were 21-0 up in the first quarter. As you mentioned, Lee, fueled by Stafford's position, and the defense for the Rams was insane. They had that pick 6 from Kobe Durant. I mean, returned the bobble catch for 50 yards and a tutty as well. Stafford again was insane. Completed passes all over the field. Finished with 3 TDs himself. I mean, 2 went to Devontae Adams again. What a season Devontae Adams is having at the minute. He must be probably like the lead and touchdown.
Wasn't he?
Honestly, well, he was at the Raiders last year as well, weren't he, before he moved on? So,
yeah.
I know he's good, but he is on fire this year. But then you say, for the Bucks, Baker's injury, left shoulder injury again, seen him sidelined. I think that's going to struggle now, especially if he's out for a bit and Teddy Bridgewater comes in.
Yeah. Teddy Ruxpin.
That's what he seems like he's going to be. And the Bucks have had 3 real big games now, haven't they, in a row now, which they've lost against teams who you'd think would be competing, the Pats, the Bills, and now the Rams, which they've lost all 3 now. And you're starting to think, is that it for the Bucks this year now?
It also shows that against the teams that have intention for the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Or at least national
contenders, aren't they? All the contenders.
At least conference champions.
Yeah.
They've lost all 3. And they gave the Pats a good game and the Bills a good game, but they got destroyed. That fast start just wiped
It was
them out.
game over at that point, wasn't it?
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah.
The Rams are cruising now at 9-2, and I actually think they probably look one of the most complete teams in the NFL at the minute. I mean, that Stafford and Adams chemistry is thriving. And we didn't even mention Nakua, and then they've got defensive masterclass as well. I mean, they're going to be up there for Super Bowl favourites at the minute, I would imagine.
Yeah, it's. I think they're there. I think that pretty much is at least at the conference championships.
You don't want to be coming up against the Rams at the minute, do you? Because they're just going through teams like anything. All the teams that they've had to face recently, the Seahawks have been on a good run as well. They're coming out. Still a long way to go, obviously, but good start for the good season for the Rams.
So they had a bit of bad luck, didn't they, with Puka getting a bit concussion, wasn't he? But
did he? There you go.
No, not this game. But he was out. No, it was his knee, wasn't he? He was out for a game.
Yeah, hurt his ankle, didn't he?
They've been quite lucky on the injury front, haven't they?
They have. I know they lost to the 49ers early on in the season, but again, silly mistakes, I think, in overtime cost them that one. But hey, they're 9-2, so they're lucky. And then you got the Bucks, who are now 6-5, as we mentioned. They've just now lost 3 in a row, and now with Baker Mayfield out, Bridgewater's got to carry that offense now. I just can't see it happening.
No, I can't. No, I think their playoff hopes are gone for me. I think they've, unless they go unbeaten the rest of the season.
Welcome back, Snappers. It's week 13. It's Thanksgiving week. Lee, what are we starting with?
Oh, there's some big games, isn't there? On this Thanksgiving Day NFC North showdown, the Detroit Lions host the Green Bay Packers. The Lions are slight favourites here, but both teams are chasing division-leading Bears, making this a crucial matchup.
It is a biggie, in it. I mean, there's some key storylines into this game. The Lions have got Jamar Gibbs, who was on fire last week, weren't he? With 219 rushing yards and 3 tutties against the Giants. We know how good Amon St. Brown is, Jared Goff. But then the Packers have got Micah Parsons. How good was Emmanuel Wilson, as we mentioned earlier on last week, and Jordan Love. This has got the makings of an absolute Thanksgiving classic.
Exactly. We got Romeo Dubes as well. I noticed him. He's starting to get in and about the team, isn't he?
I actually really like both teams. Both teams have got this could be anything, I think, at this one. We're saying the game's in Detroit. This is a division game as well. This has got the makings of an absolute classic. Exactly.
But there is a few players missing there, isn't there? It's the Packers. We mentioned talked about Josh Jacobs, didn't we? Jaden Reed's still out. A couple on their defensive line.
I'll tell you what I like on the Lions side who's out. That Isaac Tesla, he looks like a beast, doesn't he? Coming into the Lions this year. So he'll be a bit of a miss, I think.
Exactly. I think he's... and Davenport as well. It's always when the edge rusher's out, it's a different game. And then Detroit with that home field advantage, that Gibbs and St. Brown duo, it's a chance here to even the season series after the week one.
Yeah,
with the Packers. Yeah, but that Packers elite defense, and every time we write them off, they seem to come back into it, don't they?
They do.
But that Gibbs Parsons led front seven. If he breaks loose again, Detroit control the game. If Parsons managed to contain him in the deep, then I think Green Bay could have the edge.
This one actually excites me a little bit. Like you say there, you got people like Gibbs and St. Brown going against people like Micah Parsons and that Packers D. Woo! This is going to be absolutely mega. This is going to be a tight physical battle, isn't it? It's got playoff implications for both teams. The Lions' offense is so good, and then we keep saying it, that Packers' defense is elite. I think the Lions probably are the favourites, but I think it's going to be close.
We don't talk about like Montgomery, do we?
No. I think it's been so good, though. Yeah.
It's steady away. I think Laporta, don't know if he's shaking off his injury. He's up there with one of the good scoring tight ends. So who are you going for then?
I think this is going to be so close, and every time I go against them, they normally win that week actually. But I think this is a must-win for both teams. As we said, you mentioned in the start that obviously they're both chasing the Bears. I think the Lions will edge it though. They're at home. They don't want to be losing at home to the Packers, not on Thanksgiving. Like that, I don't think the fans will appreciate them for that.
No.
I think it will be a Lions win. What do you think, mate?
I do too. I think the Lions are going to take that. Take that win here. Take back second place in the NFC North. I think it's. I think offensively, they're too strong. Micah Parsons is only one man. He's improved their defense, allowing just 202 points all season, which is second best in the NFC. But everywhere, you've got Gibbs running inside, St. Brown running on the outside, and then Montgomery just making some yards. Sam Porter up there at catching those crucial touchdowns he's had this season. So.
I think you're right. I think the Lions' offense should be too good for the Packers this week.
And I think head-to-head with Love and Goff, I think Jared Goff's been more in the Stafford type of category, isn't he, of a QB? But he's been steady. He's not one of the flair QBs, is he? He's steady. He manages the game. Few too many turnovers, really, for a team that has Super Bowl intentions, but that could improve.
I know we're both saying the Lions are going to win. Now, if the Packers win, where does it leave the Lions this season, do you think? I mean, they're not out of it, obviously, if they lose. They're still, obviously, in there for that playoff hope. But puts a big blow to the season, doesn't it, if you lose?
Massive,
and if the Bears win again this week,
And then the Packers, and the Packers have got to play the Bears twice. And the Lions still got to play the Bears once. But it's, I think.
Does it make it a must-win for the Lions?
There'll be 4 games left, I think, after this week, will there? I think.
Yeah.
And that'll put them at 7-5, and the Packers at 8-3. Well, 8-3-1. So really, they've got to, and then the Bears. They've got to hope the Bears lose to keep it within. They've got to keep it within 1 game, haven't they?
Yeah.
So I think if the Bears and the Packers win, that puts the Bears in with not needing the win against the Lions on the last game of the season, but it puts the Packers in a strong position for the NFC North title.
Fascinating, man.
Because it'll be interesting to see how Williams gets on against a strong defense. He did well against the Steelers. But it's a bit different when you've got the likes of Micah Parsons running down on you, isn't it?
Yeah, 100%, man.
He got a whooping from TJ Watts, didn't he? And got back up again. But Micah Parsons is a different beast.
Man, this is going to be a good one. I'm looking forward to this one. This is a good way to start the Thanksgiving weekend. And then we roll on with the turkey loving day with the riding high Cowboys. After their great win against the Eagles, they host the Chiefs. I mean, the Chiefs are probably favourites for this one, but then so were the Eagles last week. So this has got the makings of another good game for both teams who, again, pushing for wild card spots in the playoffs at the moment. So this has got the makings of another classic.
It's one of those that could it be Chiefs momentum? They really rallied last week. Mahomes is connecting now with. He's been consistent all season with his yards and his touchdowns, but he's starting to connect more. Rashee Rice and Worthy were both limited in practice, so that could change things. But you can't rule out that Cowboys after that comeback. We look at it we would like in our soccer terms, isn't it? It's how many times have you been up 2-3-0 and taken the foot off the pedal? 21-0, that could have been. We've got a few big games coming up. Let's conserve ourselves, and then just being a bit too just can't get turned back on.
No, I must admit, you've got to give the Cowboys. I mean, against the defending Super Bowl champs, the Eagles, to be 21-0 down and to come back and win it at home against the Chiefs, the tails are going to be up. They've got a sniff of the playoffs now. They're thinking, hang on, we've got an opportunity here. The Chiefs are a bit wobbly at times, aren't they? Mega again, as we mentioned earlier, against the Colts. A good win, that is.
Yeah, and it was a big game for CeeDee Lamb last week.
Yeah.
After his fumble against the Eagles in the first game, and what could have been.
Could have been a different season for him at that point. You never know, do you? Pickens looked good last week as well.
Could have been 2-0 against the defending champions.
Good. This has got a good makings of a game, I think, here.
Yeah.
Dak Prescott did look good again. I think they're saying that George Pickens might have a slight injury as well, which is a shame because he was actually on fire against the Eagles at the weekend as well.
I think they're both questionable rather than out. So I think it's Trayvon Diggs is on it, but he's definitely out, isn't he?
Yeah, he's injured now. Bless him.
Out. But yeah, I think they're questionable. I think a lot of them are. They take some big hits, don't they?
They do, man. Yeah.
And when they're talking in the press and they're over the limited practice, well, they're going to be. Some of these boys are getting a whooping every week.
I do. This one has got. I don't know where to go. But do you know what? If you'd have asked me 10 minutes ago, I'd be like, I think the Chiefs are probably going to win this one. But again, going to Dallas on Thanksgiving, they've just beaten the Eagles. The tail's going to be up. I think it depends how the Chiefs get out of the blocks. I think, like again, will the Cowboys allow them to have that luxury the Colts didn't? I don't know.
Yeah.
What are you going for, Lee? What's your thinking on this one?
So I'm going Chiefs. I just think that the offensive weapons that the Colts had are better. So I would back the Colts O-line against the Cowboys O-line. And the Chiefs defense was strong and they were good. Jones is a monster, isn't he? Yeah. And they did well with and if they can just contain that and then hope that some Mahomes magic comes out.
I'm going against you, mate. I want the Chiefs to lose. I'm going to accept the Chiefs massive today. I want the Chiefs to lose. I don't know why. Away from home, I've got a feeling the Cowboys might nick it. I think it'll be really close. Don't get me wrong. I'm saying this now, and the Chiefs will wipe them out completely. But I'm going to go for a Cowboys win.
But it's in Texas, isn't it?
Yeah, it's in Dallas. Yeah, so I think that's what's throwing me a little bit. Thanksgiving home game.
I just think these particular players of the Chiefs, they've still got that core in there. They've been there and done that. I think we're coming up to these crunch games now and this serious time of the year, and they'll be wanting to get home and get some turkey.
I think this will be good. Again, I think we're being blessed with two good games on Thanksgiving. So
for us, it's the neutrals. It's cracking. Semi-neutrals, it's I want a tie in the first game, but that's...
Yeah.
But no, so I'm going to go the Chiefs. Purely on that, I think that the O-line difference this week and last week from the Colts and the Cowboys, the defensive resilience showed through last week. I think that Coach Reid just knows how to, at this time of year, we've never seen the Chiefs blitz through the season, have we? We saw them stumble through with a great record last year. But
they win a lot of one, as we mentioned earlier. They were winning a lot of one-score games last year, and this year it's just not happening for them in those one-score games. But you can never write them off.
No. They're only a little catch or a little slip, aren't they, away from that? So it's not as though they've been whooped every week in those games. Where the Cowboys have been,
they have been beaten a few times this season.
So I'm gonna go Chiefs on that.
Right, Lee. Black Friday game.
Black Friday. I think everybody forget going shopping for the sales. Get out there and watch the Eagles hosting the Bears. Lincoln Financial Field's in for a treat this week. I think that it's not going to be great for the Bears, but they're both set. Who'd have thought this time of the season that the Eagles and the Bears would be set the same record?
That is a stat on its own. The defending Super Bowl champions and the Bears, I don't think they made the playoffs last season. Both now 8-3.
They didn't even make the conversation of not coming bottom in their division.
My worry on this one is the Eagles are coming off that defeat to the Cowboys, and now they've got a point to prove, haven't they? They need to rebound quick. Jalen Hurts, we know how good he can be, and defense has always been good anyway. AJ Brown is starting to getting the yards in, and we know how good he can be. And they've got Saquon Barkley for a start, so the Eagles are going to be good. But I think the Bears do look good, man. I mean, like you said, they're 8-3, so they're no pushovers, are they?
No.
What a scalp this would be if the Bears got through this one with a win.
So, I'd be happy for a close game. My heart is telling me that I think that the Bears are doing things differently. We're doing things their own way. 4 straight wins, 8 of the last 9.
If you say it like that, they're an 8-1 team, technically, like on form-wise, and that is mega.
Yeah, exactly. 8-1. And then DJ Moore and DeAndre Swift putting in numbers which Saquon and AJ will be happy with. Yeah.
God.
Loveland is... It's just that defense, isn't it? They've got a couple of guys out. Jared Johnson's out and Kyler Gordon. But could be T.J. Edwards. He's ruled out. But you never know. It's Thanksgiving. It's Black Friday.
I tell you what I do like about the Bears, and I've been watching some of the clips on YouTube, etc., of like Ben Johnson and the Bears having that team talk after the games. And as we said last week, the win they got, they were decimated with injuries last week in the linebacker roles and call it the edge. Like the defense was pretty much gone last week in terms of the Bears team, but they find a way to win. Like the people that come in again were brilliant last week against the Vikings.
I look at some of the players and some of the passes. There was only a little bit of naivety from absolutely destroying the Steelers, who one of the best defenses in the NFL at the moment.
Yeah.
So as a unit, they didn't know what to. They couldn't handle them at times.
That's what I think. This again for free. I love the NFL at the minute. The games has been brilliant. There's 3 games that we've gone through already. Have all got. This has again got the makings of being an absolute ball of a game on Friday night, UK time Friday night.
It's Friday night football. Friday night lights.
What are you going for, Lee? Is your heart sticking with the Bears?
Yes. I'm going to stick with the Bears. Sorry, Leo. I'm not sorry to you, Scott, because you've got no history in this one.
Leo, you saved me some turkey, bud. I'm going for the Birds. Birds win for me this week.
It's, enjoy your cranberry sauce, Leo. And hope you get something good in the sales. Because there'll be nothing good coming out of Lincoln Field.
Fight and talk, I like that. Fight and talk, ready for the game this week.
Yeah, if we're talking a fighting talk here, it's my
boys from Buffalo. We are in what I would almost argue is a must-win game. We're 7-4. We're visiting the Steelers, who are 6-5. People are probably saying that the Bills are favourites. I'm going to say the Bills are favourites, obviously, but the Steelers do have Aaron Rodgers potentially coming back, which could swing a bit of momentum for the Steelers. This, for me, is a must-win game now for the Bills. Not that it'll be season over, but I think we need the win.
I know it's too early now to call things like the playoffs and things that people do, but they must look at it. So we look at that currently the Bills are holding the 7th seed. Minute.
Yeah.
And Steelers are... So Steelers win. The take Bills' position.
Yeah.
That's how close it is, and that they both beat a 7-5. The Steelers a slightly better defensive record.
If I'm Josh Allen, that's all the momentum and motivation I need to go into this game.
This is where he's got to be the MVP.
Yeah. He needs to be Tampa Bay, Kansas Chiefs game, Josh Allen this week.
Yeah. He does. It's... But they struggle, don't they? So I think that they miss Kincaid a lot more than they thought they would do. The other players get the headlines, but Kincaid is that central focal point, isn't he?
Yeah. I'll tell you who I've liked, and he's apparently questionable as well as Maxwell Hairston. He's been mega for us this year so far coming in. We've tried to strengthen in the defensive area this season, but the run D's not been great. And Gainwell, I think they've got in the Steelers team, he is rapid. So I don't want it. That's what worries me going into this game. But I think the Steelers' defense is one of the worst for pass D. So
it is,
which is good for Josh.
They're a unit, aren't they? So they'll be. But then last week, Swift showed that there could be you can win against them. So the Cookie Monster could put some fun this week.
I hope so. I really hope so. Nothing would make me feel better than winning this week.
Yeah.
Hopefully the Pats lose as well. We'll come to that game obviously shortly, but I need the Bills to get the win this week. I think as well, not just saying this being a Bills fan, I think the Bills will do it this week. I think there's too much on the line for Josh in the game. Or pressure might finally get to him and it might be one of those games. But if it had been in Buffalo, I'd feel a bit more comfortable saying it'd probably be an easier win. This is going to be Steelers have got a lot to play for as well. Yeah. So, but I am going Buffalo win.
The Steelers fans, they want something good. It's a hard-working city, and the team work hard. I think that it's going to be a physical playoff-like atmosphere. Yeah, it's going to be, especially when they're on the coattails of the Bills. But saying that, I just think offensively, the Bills have more weapons. As I saw last week against the Bears, the defense was strong. They just didn't have that extra little something that was missing from their game.
Yeah.
But 2 players coming back. Potentially, Warren could be available, and Rodgers. They're limited practice, but they could be ready to play. But I still don't think it's going to be enough. I think it's going to be a Bills win for me.
Like it, mate. 2 Bills wins, I'll take it.
Yeah, and then Sunday night doesn't lay up, does it? The Denver Broncos visiting the Washington Commanders. Would we have thought that the Commanders would be sat at 3-8 and the Broncos at 9-2? But that Bronco D is unreal.
I was literally about to say the same. The Broncos D is mental. They are riding high at the minute. I mean, they ended off a bye after beating the Chiefs. Bo Nix continues to impress everyone, managing games officially under Sean Payton's system. The defence is, as we keep saying, is absolutely insane. And the Commanders now, again without Jaden Daniels, are struggling.
And they're 6-0 at home.
Wow, that's what you mean.
It's
yeah,
incredible there. But you got to look at the chasing down the Pats, aren't they, for that number 1 seed. I don't know if they play earlier. Did they play earlier in the day?
The Pats are Monday night, so
so that'll be a thing for the Pats. Looking at a good win for the Broncos would see them level with Pats for a record. So that's a little bit of pressure on the Pats ready for Monday night. So I think that's...
It's a good game, this one again. Another classic for the weekend. I think the Broncos will probably be too strong for the Commanders. The Commanders haven't overly impressed me as a whole this season. Some of the wins they've got have been against teams when they've been struggling a little bit.
You look at Daniels there. When he's there, they've looked good.
Yeah.
In their 3 wins, he's been great. But after a horrific injury, he's back in practice.
Wow. That's pretty good.
How can your arm point the wrong way? And
it looked horrific, didn't it, when you saw it?
Yeah. But dislocating's different, isn't it, Joe Berg?
Yeah.
I think they said it was clean. But still, it's incredible to see him back at practice.
I'm chuffed for him because I actually really like him as well. I think he's really good. So I'm actually chuffed. I think it's probably too little, too late for the Commanders this season now, obviously.
It's. I think. Little Bo Nix is going to be in there with Payton's game management. We've said it before, though, and I've talked to some Broncos fans about this, that Payton's got to let Nick's off the hook a few times, especially earlier in games. He's had some great fourth quarter heroics when they've been chasing games for those one game wins. But they're good enough to attack from the off, get a bit of a lead, and their defense would take them through.
Yeah.
It just seems too negative. I just don't think at this point the Commanders have anything that could trouble them.
I think it's going to be really... Do you know what? I'm going to mix it up. Not everyone can go unbeaten at home forever. Commanders are going to turn the table this week. They're going to upset it all. They're going to win. They're going to win in Denver.
Yeah, they can win in Denver, can't they? But it's in Maryland.
Well, that's why they won't win there then.
They're 3-2 on the road. So
I'm going to go for a Commanders win. I've actually got a feeling that they're going to do it this week. I think the Broncos might actually think this is an easier game than what it actually is, and I've got a feeling they might take this one for granted. So I'm going to go for a Commanders win.
Yeah. So yeah, definitely Broncos for me. I think game management, Sean Payton's one of the best in business at it.
He's so good.
He's so good at that. I don't think it's Super Bowl winning game management because they need to blitz them. So everyone's got to blitz teams. You've got to have that. The ability's there. We've seen it. We've seen the way that who was it that had the fourth quarter comeback? almost 30-point comeback, wasn't it? Who was that against?
I can't remember who it was against now. Giants?
You Giants, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that was incredible. That was are you sure they've got it in the locker? So why don't they go out like that? Go out in the first quarter that way. And then they've got 3 quarters to make it up if they're losing. Go out there, get a lead, and then defense.
I think, do you know what? I do think the Broncos will be too strong for the Commanders, but I'm just going to be controversial and just say the Commanders are going to win.
They're controversial.
Anyway, we end, mate.
Yeah. We got the battle of Boston versus New York.
The New England Pats take on the Giants, both with, well, is it 10-2 now for the Pats, and then the Giants 2-10.
Yeah.
So reverse records as we head into New England. I mean, the Pats have got to be favourites for this one, surely.
So I saw some stuff today around Jackson Dart's throwing a ball.
Ooh, that is interesting.
Yeah. So some have him listed as out, some have him listed as still under concussion protocols, but if he's back, I think it's a different game.
I'll tell you what I did like about the Giants last week. Going on to the Lions game, they gave them a game last week, the Lions.
Oh, massively. Yeah, that wasn't... It weren't a... They didn't look like a 2-10 team.
Hey, and even Jameis Winston got himself a tutty last week, so...
Yeah. There was talk, so he was talking after the game there about that Dart going back and things, and he says if he's... And there's talks of him at tight end. He says if he's got to go back and play tight end, then he will.
Wow, I'll tell you, that'd be an interesting little change of position for you in a halfway through a season. He did. I must admit, Jackson Dart is very good at QB though, isn't he? Like he did show a lot of promise there, and I do feel for the Giants if Neighbours is out still, and they've had a few injuries, didn't they? The Giants this season, Scatterboo, etc. So,
if I was fit, because I wonder Robinson looks awesome.
I like him as well. Yeah, he looks very good.
If they had Dart back, Neighbours back, and Scatterboo back, it wouldn't even be a question for me.
They wouldn't be 2-10. I actually feel a bit. I know Brian Dable's gone now. They've got, is it Kafka now who's running the show at the moment in New York?
Yeah.
I don't think they would be 2-10. They've shown enough. The Lions, they were unlucky. You just mentioned their game against the Broncos when they were cruising.
Yeah.
Take those 2 games, and they've got 4 wins on the door there already, without me even thinking about some of the other games they've lost.
We look at the Lions scoring 3 touchdowns, and it's Jamar Gibbs with 3 and Amon-Ra St. Brown with 1.
Yeah.
So it's like, yeah, Amon-Ra St. Brown 149 yards receiving and a touchdown. Jamar Gibbs 219 yards rushing, 2 touchdowns.
That's good going. Yeah.
It's but you look at Jameis, even though a 50% completion rate, 18 for 36, still threw 366 yards for 2 touchdowns.
That's good. I mean, he even received one as well. Didn't they do that trick play when they... I was like, hang on, what's going on here? He's playing wide receiver.
Yeah.
I didn't think he was going to make it at one point, I must admit. When you saw him running down the side, I thought, he's going to make it in there. But
he's been a breath of fresh air for them.
I like him. I must admit, I do like him.
They needed that after losing Dad, I think, against Scatterboo. They needed that a little bit, but yeah, so...
But they are going to a New England side who are flying.
Yeah. They are flying. Yeah.
However much I don't like to say it, I mean, they've had the easiest schedule ever written in the NFL history, probably, but you've got to win the game still. So
yeah, but you've got to do that. But they've only 1 score winning now. Early in the season, they were better, so they just got over the line against the Bengals, and that's a poor Bengals team. We say poor Bengals team. They've still got Chase Brown and T. Higgins and those guys. And
Jamar Chase, to name more.
And Daddy Flacco.
And Daddy Flacco there, yeah. So it's not a given game, is it?
Chase was suspended, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah, so the 1 score win without Chase.
Oh, yeah, he was suspended in the week. Yeah, you're right, yeah. So maybe this won't be as easy for the Pats as what everyone's probably thinking.
They were good defense, and they're an organised side. I like that Trayvon or Trevayon Henderson.
Yeah, very good. Stevenson, they got running back. He's good.
Yeah,
they are a good side, the Pats. I must admit, they are a good side. Do you know what? I'm just going to say it for laughs as well. New York are going to win this one as well. A win for the Giants. Let's mix up the AFC.
Yeah. I just look. They haven't really. They're not a sack team, are they?
No.
They're not really a rushing team. They're not really a rushing team either. So I just think that the new coach coming in is putting his name in the hat. We always say we get that new manager's aspects. Showed last week the turnaround and the way they played was good. I thought they played very well against the Lions. So I'm going to go Giants too.
Do you know what? I weren't going to go Giants. Only because you're like, well, they're at home, the Pats. They're 10-2 against a team who are 2-10. But do you know what? Just for my boys in Buffalo, we need the win. So let's go Giants.
Yeah, we've got Commanders, haven't you? So you're knocking out that.
I've got to knock people down, and then all of a sudden we're 1 game behind, and it's not looking so gloomy for us in Buffalo. So I'm going for it.
You're trying to wish these things in, aren't you? Yeah. It's what we got on that. So that if you win there, you go 8-5. And you want Colts.
We'll go 8-4. We'll go 8-4 if we win this week.
Well,
we'll go 8-4. Yeah.
So you got 8-4, which puts you up to 4th.
The Giants will go. The Pats will go 10-3. We're nearly there again then.
Yeah. So because you can't go higher than 5th. Can you go higher than 5th? No, you can't go higher than 5th, can you?
Not with a win, no.
Because the top 4 are division leaders, aren't they?
Yeah.
Yeah, so you can go up to 5th. But you're level with 5th now, aren't you? So you can put some space between the Chargers, the Jags, and you.
We're going divisional leaders, mate. We're going all the way. We're bringing it back.
You're chasing them, are you? It's
so we like the thrill of the chase.
Loss here makes him 10-3 and you 8-4 with some games to go.
Oh, Danny, how gutting would it be, mate, if we ended up winning it in the end?
Have you got
What's that, mate?
Have you got to play them again?
We have. December 14th, we go to New England.
Yeah, so look at the Pats finish the season with...
And the Ravens are going to play.
Bills, Ravens, Jets, and then a throwaway Dolphins game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So 4 defeats in a row, and it's game over for the Pats.
I can see the Ravens and the Bills a different game, but the rest is a little bit... Yeah, then what have you got on the edge? So you've got Steelers, Bengals, Pats, Browns, Eagles, Jets. So Jets, Browns, Bengals,
should be winnable games. Yeah,
winnable games. And then the Eagles, hopefully the Eagles have clinched their division by then, before the new year. And then
we'll see. It's going to be good.
We'll see. All depends on who gets that. So the Eagles thought they were going to coast, didn't they, to that number 1 seed.
And now the Rams are pushing it now. So
so I think that's might wake them up.
Man, it's getting exciting, isn't it? It is getting so good. I cannot wait for the playoffs. So Snappers, Week 13 predictions are locked in.
Yep.
Thanksgiving, enjoy your turkey and watching the footy.
Exactly,
we'll see how we get on next week.
All right.
Well, Snappers, that just about wraps things up for this week's episode of Minor Snap. Big thanks for sticking with us, and we hope you enjoyed the ride.
Absolutely. And if you want to keep the conversation going, you can find us on Instagram at Minor Snap Podcast, over on X at Minor Snap Pod, and of course, our favourite platform, TikTok, Minor Snap Podcast.
Make sure you give us a follow, drop us your thoughts, and let us know your hot takes. We love hearing from you guys.
We do indeed, so get involved with our rookie thoughts and let us know where we're going wrong, because we are. That doesn't mean the Gilligan brothers, as Ryan predicts Giants and Commanders wins this week. But don't forget to tune in next week, see how we do with our predictions. And as usual, we're diving into some more NFL actions, stories, and our usual spicy debates.
Until then, thanks for listening, and remember, mind the snap.